Hello, NYWCites. I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This is not Jessica. However, it is her sister, Leanne.
Hi.
Welcome, Leanne.
Welcome, Leanne, to my video for the first time. All right. House of Madness 2022 was a howling good time by just about everybody who saw the show. We kicked off a show that got tweaked because, unfortunately, Jorge LaBestia was unable to make the show. It was supposed to be a 6-person tag, but it wound up a tag match. And it turned out that Taylor Doom did not make it either. As we opened up the show with Seth and Micah Cortez, The Audacity, as they did battle with representing Social Acceptance, Dolly, and the Starlet Champion, Unstoppable Izzy McKenna, accompanied the ring by Shadow. Very good match these two teams had put on. Yeah. Okay. The ladies had things going their way. The Audacity took over. Eventually, the end came when Unstoppable Izzy McKenna and Dolly defeated the Audacity to pick up the win. Okay, you can chime in on this one now.
That was a good match.
That was two ladies against the 2 men.
Yeah.
Okay. And afterwards, McKenna noticed me singing the Social Acceptance theme through my megaphone. I know she said something along the line. I know she said Lottie at one point. Okay, so, and she came out and high-fived me for that. Hey, Izzy, unfortunately, I don't have all the words. Don't know all the words of that song when I don't have the words in front of me. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Next up in singles competition, we saw the Bodega Boy, Jared Diaz, go one-on-one with Mr. Main Event, Salvatore Savelli. Good match these two young men put on. Eventually, Mr. Main Event, Salvatore Savelli was victorious over the Bodega Boy, Jared Diaz.
That was alright.
I know, that kind of went quick too. Jared Diaz was only his 3rd appearance, and he has yet to pick up a W yet so far in NYWC. Hopefully he'll be back in the future. Next matchup, we saw the Big Gun Nuke as he took on newly inducted Hall of Famer Dickie Rods. Now, this matchup was going okay, but then Dickie Rods hit the pocket rocket, went for the pin, but then the lights of the Sportatorium went out, much like they did last month at Till I Collapse. And the lights come back on, and Mike Mondo is in the ring. He sees Rods, and he slaps him right in the face, causing a disqualification. And ring announcer Larry Legend messed up, first declaring Nuke winner by disqualification. Well, it was actually Dickie Rods the winner by disqualification. And for the 2nd month in a row, Mike Mondo has attacked Dickie Rods.
Yeah, that was kind of a short match.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But who knows where this is going to lead with Mondo and Rods.
Yeah.
Next up, in the singles competition, we saw Bad Brad Benson do battle with the Big O. Quite a match these two had, where the Big O ended up putting away Bad Brad Benson after a 2nd power slam. Okay? And, and Big O got the victory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of a short match too.
Well, but it was competitive.
Yeah.
Up next, we had a 4-way match to determine #1 contenders to the Tag Team Championship. As we saw, the Specialists, Giorgio Lawrence and Gerard Stevens, versus the Slime Balls, Tommy Rant and Sage Chance, versus Alvin Alvarez and JT Kaysen, now collectively known as Reckless Absolution, I believe, or Reckless Absolute, and Dirk Moore and Beardville and Johnny Malloy, the Dirty Deeds. Eventually, the Dirty Deeds are victorious over the Slime Balls, the Specialists, and Reckless Absolution to become the #1 contenders to the NYWC Tag Team Championship. Now, okay, your thoughts on the match, Leanne?
That was a good one.
I don't know. Does he go to church on Sunday?
Oh, about Dirty Deeds, you mean? I wouldn't know. We don't see them outside the shows and such. But after the match was over, the Audacity come out and they attack Reckless Absolution for some reason. Oh,
Here's the cheeseburger.
ooh, that was quick.
Oh, the boots here. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yep. Okay.
And that makes you the fish and chips.
All right, that's me. Okay.
enjoy.
Thank you. All right, folks. We'll be back after we get done with our food. As we were saying earlier, the Audacity came out, attacked Reckless Absolution, but then Dirty Deeds get the microphone, tells them to stop, and says, "We'll remember this." So I don't know if that's telling us anything.
Yeah.
I know, I'm surprised like they didn't go after the Audacity, the Dirty Deeds. Okay. From there, it was time for the casket match for the Fusion Championship as Man Bun Jesus, accompanied the ring by the Groovy Grizzlies, challenged the cause of it all, Joey Conway, in quite a match which saw chairs come into play, and Conway tried to do the Dude Buster on the chair, like he did a Man Bun months ago and putting him out of action. But instead, Man Bun eventually hit a destroyer, the flipping pile driver on those chairs. That's what Petey Williams is known for.
Yeah.
Canadian destroyer, but being that not every Canadian wrestler uses it. Okay, but eventually they come up to the stage where Man Bun tries to put Conway into the casket. Okay, but then the Groovy Grizzlies.
Take that away.
All right.
You done?
You done with your fish and chips too?
I am, yes. That was good. No,
You want the sides? No?
no, that'll do.
What about you, Lemon?
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, line.
The limes, actually, yeah. Okay,
Thank you.
let me see. Yeah, Man Bun was about to put Conway into the casket, but then the Groovy Grizzlies attack Man Bun and they take their masks off. It was none other than the Slime Balls, Sage Chance, and Tommy Rant.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that shocking?
Yeah.
And I think Man Bun tried to fight back, but it was too much. I think Conway eventually used a chair, puts Man Bun in the casket, hits Man Bun with the chair, and he closes the casket, winning the match to retain the Fusion Championship. After the match is over, Conway gets a microphone, and I forgot, he kept saying that no one respects him and all this other stuff. And eventually Conway was gonna, I forgot what he was gonna do, but out comes Dan Barry to chase Conway and the Slime Balls away. Okay?
Yeah.
So I don't know where they could be going with that one, and then Barry helped Man Bun out of the casket. Oh, excuse me. Your thoughts on that whole situation?
No, it was a good match.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. And not surprisingly, we know what happened after that match.
What?
We know what they did. They went to intermission.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, we all got up and walked around and stuff, and noticed some people in attendance, which I'll get back to shortly after I get through the matches here. But the action resumed with the Christian Nunez 3-style challenge, where Christian Nunez took on Jay, whoever that was, Jay, in the freestyle match. Referee Dylan Perry had a whistle in his mouth, much like the amateur referees, wrestling referees. And eventually, I forgot how, but Nunez pinned Jay with some kind of pin combination. And in amateur wrestling, it's only a 1 count. And it was over like that, seemingly.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Next up was a 3-way match, as we saw the Resident Rodent Mouse versus Patrick Fitzpatrick versus Dan Barry. Match was not even announced for the show. Dan Barry picks up the win as he defeated Patrick Fitzpatrick and Mouse. I believe he pinned Mouse for some kind of a move. Okay. Then it was time for out comes King Mega for the heavyweight championship match, and he takes the microphone and tells the crowd that we already knew that Willow Nightingale had signed with All Elite Wrestling, and she was in the building, and he called her in the building. All right. Yes. Alrighty. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
King Mega called her into the ring and they hugged, and eventually out comes his opponent. Nobody's better, Michael Mastretta, who came to the ring to, I believe, new theme music. I couldn't quite recognize the song. And the match was on. Mastretta, eventually, King Mega took the championship belt out of the plastic bag that Mastretta has had it in for some time. But eventually, Mastretta took the plastic bag and he pulled a trick out of a Terry Funk playbook, and he tried to push the plastic bag over King Mega's head, tried to suffocate him. At one point, they ended up right by us. At one point, eventually, King Mega hits Mastretta with a belly-to-belly suplex. He went to another one, but as he picked him up, Mastretta bumped into referee Dillon, and Mastretta took Mega's robe, and he hid the belt underneath it and used it on him, and used some kind of move, and he pinned King Mega and hid the belt and with the robe covering it underneath King Mega, and pinned him to win the match and retain the championship. Mastretta then gets the microphone, and he gets and he puts out a challenge that he wants to face new NYWC Hall of Famer, the demonic juggernaut Apollyon, next month. And when NYWC returns on Saturday night, November 26th, they present Draw the Line. All right. Next up, we had a match for the Tag Team Championship as Brandon Watson, Randy Summers, Milk Chocolate, defended their championship against Satanta Fury and Fighting Jack Morrissey, the Shillelagh Hitmen. I forgot, didn't really pay too much attention to that matchup. I know the Shillelagh Hitmen defeated Milk Chocolate when Satanta Fury pinned Randy Summers, enabling the Hitmen to become the new NYWC Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, it was a good match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know you enjoyed. That was quite a moment. And then it was time for the main event, and it took time to set everything up with the barbed wire for Barbed Wire Paradise, as Jordan Reddington did battle with Aiden Bale. Brutal matchup, which saw, I think we saw in that one.
Yeah.
What did we see? What happened to both men in the match? You know what they did in the process.
Well, they each have the barbed wire.
Yeah, they did that, but what did they end? Which resulted in both of them.
Okay. So they're bleeding. Yeah.
They both bled, yes. Eventually, much like at Psycho Circus earlier this year, Bale threw Reddington on that wall of barbed wire set up on one side of the ring, of the ropes. There was a ladder wrapped in barbed wire. At one point, Bale grabbed a guitar and I guess did his best Jeff Jarrett Honky Tonk Man impression. Well, it was a smashing hit.
Yeah.
Eventually, the end came when Bale gave Reddington a double under powerbomb onto a barbed wire board set up on two chairs, pinned him to win the match, and I guess pretty much end the feud between those men. Well, before the action got underway, we had the 2022 Hall of Fame ceremony, which did not start on time. I still think the Hall of Fame ceremony should stand on its own instead of having the ceremony before the matches start. Most of the roster came out before the ceremony. Alvin Alvarez took the microphone and talked about, he said he was a fan, and he mentioned me. He says, "Oh, I was a fan like Robert Lottie." And Alvin said, he feels another Hall of Famer should induct him, and out came King Bubba to induct Jeffrey, who we know wrestles. First he was wrestled as Joey Peugeot a long time ago, and then later became Apollyon. Alvin, by the way, Apollyon actually won the NYWC Championship in 2011, not 2010, as he said to the crowd. So Apollyon comes out, makes this long speech, accepting things, thanked everybody, mentioned about his father who had died in 2008, who used to sit in the crowd and watch him at the shows. Eventually we had eventually was signed for the next Hall of Fame induction as John Kurth, the founding father of NYWC. He mentioned talked about Dickie Rod, saying he didn't think he'd last long when he began training. And they mentioned the original wrestling school they had in Hicksville long ago. Then we had, who was it? He eventually introduced Johnny Ova and Bobby Rydell. Johnny Ova, he stopped working for NYWC before I started going to those shows long ago.
Yeah.
And they introduced him, and Dickie Rods came out, he talked, and he thanked his grandfather, who's not with us, no longer with us. Thanked everybody. It was a great ceremony, and it was great to see both Dickie Rods and Apollo get their just due. Well deserved to both of you gentlemen. So now it's time for the personal notes. It was great seeing Jessica, Sam, Tommy, Donnie, Kevin, John Kurth, Joe Bernard, Larry Legend, Aaron, Brianna. That was the one that sat next to you like the first half of the show with the specialist sign.
Yeah.
Oh, Brianna, I don't know if you and your dad would want to come sit with us at a future show. Of course, you and I, you could just get a hold of me on Instagram or Facebook, as you know. And how about that man bun fan? He sat by us like the second half of the show.
Yeah.
With his hair, and they had the face paint on.
Yeah.
I did give him something after the show was over. Let me see. It was great seeing. Who else did we see there? Oh, Brian Vitko. That was a shock. Chris Perry, Dylan, Greg Gruber. Who else did I see there? Who else? Hopefully, everybody enjoyed this. Well, as I said earlier, NYWC returns Saturday night, November 26th, 2 days after Thanksgiving, as they present Draw the Line. Look to see NYWC champ Michael Mastretta defend against the demonic juggernaut Apollyon. The new tag team champions, the Shillelagh Hitmen, do battle with the Dirty Deeds, who are now the #1 contenders. I'd like to see the Audacity face Reckless Absolution, or is it Reckless Absolute? Alvin, JT Case, you can let me know what's the name of your team. Maybe Dickie Rods against Mike Mondo one-on-one. I wonder what's going to happen with the Starlet Championship. Izzy McKenna has not defended that belt for months, it seems, unless I'm wrong. Obviously, the Christian Nunez Freestyle Invitational Challenge will happen again. Don't know who would I see Joey Conway. Well, maybe Man-Bun Jesus and Dan Barry against the Slime Balls in a tag match, or maybe Man-Bun, Barry, and a third partner do battle with Conway and the Slime Balls in a 6-man tag. Go ahead, talk. You're about to talk. I mean, or you want something right now. What's wrong? Talk to me.
Nothing.
Well, you got like this smile on your face, and then you're like, I mean, I know you don't want to stumble your words, that's for sure. You know, you're not used to this. We're used to having Jessica doing this. Hopefully, maybe we'll have you and Jessica, the three of us, doing it someday, maybe next show. You both make it and stuff, all right? I mean, hopefully, yeah. I mean, but I have to ask, how you feel about doing this?
All right.
Now that's good. Let me see what else I can think of here. We didn't see James McGrady referee. Oh, how could I forget? Great seeing Larry Legend, who ring announced for the first time in seemingly forever.
Yeah.
Surprised Robert Franklin was not there. Okay. I guess now that I've gone through everything, or have I gone through? Hold that thought. Let's see. Oh, how could I forget these memorable quotes? I don't care about Dave Meltzer. I care about Robert Lottie, the beard villain Johnny Malloy from the Dirty Deeds when they came out before their match. How could I forget this one? I hate you! Michael Mastrata, yeah. When he was working over King Mega right in front of us, he was right in my face, but come on. I mean, Mastrata, you may not have heard me in the moment, but I was saying, I didn't put on my Jimmy Jam Garvin voice when I said, yeah. Yeah, I mean, come on. We just can't get physical, you know that. Okay? Oh, here's a one for the Botchamania files. During the Big O Bad Brad Benson match, Bad Brad seemingly had pinned the Big O. The referee made a 3 count. And I don't know if Big O waited too late to kick out or something. And even someone behind me was saying, oh, that was 3. And I said through a megaphone, I didn't hear a bell. Ding dong.
I heard that.
Well, you did, but not during that matchup. And it was, I don't know, I guess the referee, I don't know if something went wrong there. But like I said, add that to the Botchamania files. All right, but to sum up, Leanne, your final thoughts on House of Madness 2022.
It was a good show.
How good?
Really good.
All right, folks. Let me know. Do you want those of you who watch the videos? Let me know if you want more of Leanne in the future on the videos. Okay. But NYWC rules, and I don't know if you're going to want to say the letters quietly with me. NYWC, NYWC, NYWC. Hopefully all 5 of us will see you for Draw the Line on Saturday night, November 26th at the NYWC Sportatorium. Hope you all enjoyed this, folks. And again, let me know, do you want more of Leanne or not in these videos?
And we say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.